Hi everyone, Dr. Dan, Dr. Pascal here from Lindenwood's Chiropractic. Today we want to go over the ergonomic setup at your office. We had a few questions from patients, so we just want to pass that on to everyone. So what don't we want to see, Dr. Pascal?
Okay, so before we cover what's right, this is what we don't want to see or what we see a lot of. So we call it a computer or a slouching posture. So a lot of people, their back will shift forward, so they kind of slouch down in their chair. And what happens is my hips are then forward of my shoulders, I lean backwards, and my head goes down, right? And then oftentimes, too, one of the mistakes is the keyboard is too far forward. So we have this rounding in the shoulders, head forward, and a lot of people spend all day long in this position.
Okay, so what we want to look for, or you want to remember 4 key things when you're setting up your workstation. Number 1 is your chair. So ideally, we want to sit as far back into our chair as we possibly can, sitting nice and straight. So ideally, you want ear, shoulder, hip lining up nice and straight. We want to sit up nice and close to our desk as well. From there, we want our hips and knees at 90 degrees. So we want everything nice and straight. Your feet should be just flat on the ground or even a little bit of a stool just to help to take some pressure off of the lower back and the legs, okay? The second thing we're looking for is the keyboard. So we want ideally our shoulders nice and relaxed and our forearms nice and straight onto the keyboard. We want that keyboard nice and tight to us. Like Dr. Pascal mentioned, we don't want everything too far forward.
Or
okay?
up here, right?
Or yes, too far forward, which increase stress onto the neck and shoulders, okay? The other thing we're looking for is a screen. So the screen, ideally, we should be looking at the top third of that screen. So we don't want, looking down or looking up. That's why, especially working on a laptop, a lot of times people are looking down way too much, increases the stress into the neck and the upper part of the shoulders, okay? So we have chair, keyboard, and screen. The fourth thing we're looking for is a break. So too often we just, run through the day, and before you know it, you've been working 8-10 hours a day and the massive stress is in your neck and shoulders. We want to break every 30 minutes, ideally, for 30 seconds. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going out, you're doing a lot. All it means is you just literally stand up, move around, do a few stretches, get some movement into your body, and sit back down and continue working. That will limit the exposure to pressure and stress on your spine as the day continues.
If this was useful information for you, feel free to share it out on your social media. If you are one of our patients and you'd like more information about it, we just ask that you have a coworker, take a picture of you at your desk, bring in the pictures, and then Dr. Dan or myself can review it with you to make sure that we're hitting all of those elements.
Hope that helped, and other than that, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.